and welcome to Married at First Sight, a recap review of season 16, episode 11. And my name is Deborah, and we're going to be talking about all the various couples. I do separate videos on each individual couple. And at the end of each video, there will be links above my head, and you can click on them and go to the next video. I'll also keep the links in the description box and also in the comments section. You can just click on it there as well. And now we're moving on to Chris and Nicole. And like I said, this week we're talking about the kings and queens of the Flip Club. Eris is the founder, Kirsten is the CEO, and another one of its members is Nicole. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of my pet peeves out here in the world. When people try to make other people develop different habits so that they can stay where they are. All this talk around Chris needing big D energy, this father over here telling him he needs big D energy, he needs to grow a pair, he needs to do this. Why? So that he can deal with freight trains like Nicole? So he can deal with women or people who overinsert themselves in people's lives or talk out of turn or say things they shouldn't say. So you need big D energy to handle a woman like Nicole. No. This is the kind of stuff I fight back against in my own life. Okay? Because as you guys know, I don't really like to do a whole lot of fighting. Don't mean I can't. It doesn't mean I can't when I need to, but I don't like it. I don't like to stay in that space for long periods of time. And one of the things I noticed about people who are aggressive and people who are assertive and people who like to run over you and be freight trains, one of the common things that they like to do is that when they want to keep going and you want to walk away, they like to put you down and tell you you need to be tougher. You need big D energy. To me, there's nothing wrong with Chris, because I really haven't seen Chris get run over by Nicole. But now what we're talking about is when Nicole asserts herself in order to put that dog down, they're telling Chris he needs more big D energy. No, why don't we start with that Nicole needs to learn how to regulate herself? Why do I need big D energy to regulate you? See, this is why Nicole found herself over there with a man burning her with a cigarette. Because when you start encouraging people to get more aggressive with you, that's a very dangerous place to go into. I would never tell the husband of any of my kids or daughters, whatever the case may be, that, oh, you need big D energy with her and you need to put her in her place. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You pull the daughter aside and you tell the daughter, listen, you don't need to be inflaming the toxic masculine side of a man so that he always has to use an aggressive and strong arm with you. You need to learn how to regulate yourself. When you start thinking, oh, he needs a big D energy with me, that's when you know you out of line. That's when you know you out of line. That's when you know maybe I need to tone my stuff down. This is the same thing that men who are really aggressive, when men are really overly aggressive, when they're so-called, you got a lot of men who walk around talking about the alpha males. I'm alpha male. One of the things they like to tell women all the time is you need to be more feminine. Because what they're saying is you don't need to challenge my alpha maleness. Right? Now, I'm not saying that some women don't need to be more feminine. They do. But what it's also saying is, why can't you also tone your stuff down? Why do I have to be on the ground cowering in order for you to go down? Because what they're telling you is, hey, I'm not going to let my foot off the gas until you relent to me. The opposite is also the problem. Why can't people regulate their own negative energies, their overly assertive energies, their over aggressive energies? You're not going to put all the work on me all the time. Not all the time. There's going to need to be a bigger and better balance. But I'm going to tell you what's not going to be. I'm not going to be in charge of always regulating the energy in the household. No. Learn how to regulate yourself. But I will tell you one thing. They talk about how your dogs are a reflection of you. And Chris's dogs are wild. Wild. So he doesn't really regulate other people. He doesn't give other people boundaries. He doesn't give other people don't step outside this boundary. He probably doesn't give Nicole boundaries because he doesn't give any boundaries to those dogs. Those dogs are wild. They're all over the furniture, all over the couch, all over the bed. They rule that house. They do whatever the hell they want to do. And now we know why Chris was crying when he thought there'll be no one to keep my dogs, because no one's keeping those dogs. No one's keeping those dogs, not because they're aggressive and they're mean. No one's keeping those dogs because they're not trained well. Now, when you talk about a big D energy, he may need some for those dogs because those dogs are running him. He ain't even the king of his own pack. Them dogs is the king of that pack. Those dogs are nice. They're friendly. They're loving. They're just like Chris. Nice, friendly, loving dogs, right? They're not aggressive or to any other dogs. They don't have any dog aggression. They're not aggressive to other people. They're very friendly, but they're untrained. They hopping all over that couch. And pretty soon what's going to happen is that's going to be Nicole. That's going to be Nicole. So that's why they're telling him, you better have some big D energy, because just like these dogs is hopping and running all over this house, all over this couch, all over your bed, that's going to be Nicole. If you don't rein her in, if you don't give her some boundaries, she going to take over this whole thing. This whole thing. Well, with dogs, they're animals. So I could see how I would need to bring some big D energy and assert myself. But Nicole is a grown ass woman. She should have a better control over herself. Y'all should watch my video for the after party, because Shaq tells a story that not only was Nicole inserting herself at this dinner in other people's lives, Nicole slips notes under the door of Kirsten and Shaq and tells them what to do in their marriage. Hey, Shaq, don't forget to hug or kiss your wife tonight before you go to bed. Don't forget to do this. Nicole is all over the place. Nicole wants to run everyone's lives. She wants to run Chris's life. She wants to run the marriage of Kirsten and Shaq. She wants to run the marriage of Eris and what's the robot's name? She wants to run the marriage of Eris and Jasmine. She oversteps her bounds. She oversteps her bounds. She better learn how to control that. He better, you know what? He better get a couple of muzzles. He better get a muzzle from them dogs at his house, and he might need to get a muzzle for that wife of his. Don't bring your energy. Don't bring that assertive, aggressive energy. Just bring a muzzle. But now we know where she got this energy from. She got it from her dad. Remember she said FBI? She said she was FBI Italian, full-blooded Italian. I couldn't remember who was the Italian. Maybe it's the dad that's the Italian. Maybe the mom's not Italian. But you can definitely tell that she was close with her dad, and this a big D energy and this full-blooded Italian, this assertiveness, she got it from her father. She channeled her father. She definitely didn't channel her mom, because if he's walking around with all this energy, more than likely the mother is a bit more mild-mannered, submissive. And what Nicole decided was she wasn't going to be her mama in the relationship, because her mama probably might have got run over a bit. And she decided when she got older, she was going to be the opposite. And she took on the role of her daddy. And now she's coming into relationships with men actually being her daddy. And now she wants the men to be even more. You set up an abusive situation. Now I actually can see how she got into abusive situations with men, because she actually, not only does she challenge people a lot, she actually she can actually encourage that energy to come her way. I don't like to blame victims, so don't call this a victim blaming, but you can be a contributor. I'm not going to give you all the blame, but you actually can contribute. So when you walk around here thinking it's not you that needs to tone it down, but everyone else needs to be aggressive, but then when I am aggressive, it borderlines abusive, and now you walk around talking about you were abused. Girl, be different. Be different. Like I said, this club, this king of queens of flip, she's a member of it because she loves how to flip what is her work on a Chris. Chris needs that energy with them dogs for sure, though. He definitely needs that energy with them dogs, and the dogs are wild, wild. But of all the anniversary celebrations, I like theirs the best. I love the helicopter ride. And shoot, I was noticing, I was like, Chris over here talking about he's not used to women as thick as Nicole. He thick around the waist. He is a thick around the waist. I tell you, people, Lord have mercy. Chris, I think Chris might have been even bigger before. He might have lost a lot of weight. I think he might have lost a lot of weight. So now maybe he feels comfortable talking about other people's weight. But he thick around the waist. She talking about she gonna gain weight when she gets pregnant. So is he. He gonna gain that pregnancy weight just like her. She gonna gain her 50, 60 pounds and he gonna gain 20. You could see it coming. He already looked like he a little bit pregnant, at least 2 months. When he told her she's thicker than what she's used to, she should have said, y'all, so are you. She should have said, so are you. You got a tire around your waist just like I do. It's a good thing that Chris isn't the type of person that picks on Nicole and says things like, points out her flaws, because she does enough of it on her own. She loves to point out her own flaws. And come to find out, she's got a lot of them. So I agree with her that wasn't the best wedding picture. I do agree with her. And I think she said that champagne had gone all over her before she was ready to walk down the aisle. So when she walked down the aisle, her hair was flat, her makeup had run, they had to touch it up, and she did have raccoon eyes. So I understand how she was disappointed in those pictures, but I don't understand how she keeps harping on it. She's harping on it too much. Too much. But like I tell you, in this Queen and King of Flip this week, one of the things people like to do is they like to outwardly tell you what you need to do because it really is protecting them from things about themselves. And Nicole absolutely has some body insecurities, which she's admitted it. She has some. She has a lot of them. And so she's going to need to work through that. But I think these two can make it. And the reason why I think these two can make it is because I think that they have enough things about them that can counteract some of the things going on. And I think that over time, they can get better. As long as Nicole doesn't keep putting all the work on Chris with this whole big D energy and all this stuff, and she takes accountability for herself, then I think they can be okay. But he may have to get a muzzle. Don't bring the big D energy, but just get a muzzle. Get a cold word. She said it was pineapple. He might need to get a bunch of pineapples and start using that word more because she's starting to get a little bit out of hand, and all this talk at dinner and other people's business and everything going on. He should have been screaming the word a pineapple. But that's it, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Please be sure to watch my other videos. Okay, bye.